Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about some new makeup releases for September and getting into October. Lots of new fall makeup releases that have just come out in the past week or are coming out in the next week. Some products that I'm still debating whether or not I want to purchase, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about them. So if you guys want to know what my thoughts are on some new products coming out this month, then just keep on watching. Alright, so first of all, I want to talk about some new skincare products from Colourpop, and these are technically makeup products, but they're kind of skincare inspired products, which is really interesting because they do have their sister brand, Fourth Ray. But I'm excited that Colourpop is coming out with some new primers and more skin focused products. So this is a new collection that's going to be releasing soon. I don't have a launch date on this yet, but this is called their Pretty Fresh collection. This consists of a tinted moisturizer for $12, and it's going to come in 24 shades. And then they're also coming out with a setting mist for $10 and a face primer for $10. And I know that Colourpop already has a primer in their collection, and I believe setting sprays as well, but these are just like a different vibe, more of a skincare focused collection, it looks like. And I definitely want to try out all three products. I do have both the Colourpop regular liquid foundation and their stick foundation. The liquid foundation's okay, I just don't find that it lasts all day long, but I do like the actual finish of it. So I'm excited to try out their tinted moisturizer for sure. I'm into those products right now. So hopefully all three of those products come out in a bundle that have like a little bit of a discount, because I do plan on purchasing all three. Otherwise I might just purchase the tinted moisturizer and the setting spray. Those are the products that I'm most excited about. Yeah, so like I said, we don't have a launch date on this yet, but I am very excited about this because Colourpop, we get eyeshadows every single day, literally almost every single day, probably weekly eyeshadow palettes from Colourpop, but we don't get a ton of other products. We don't get a lot of foundations, we don't get a lot of primers. I feel like they are lacking in face products, especially compared to how many eye products they release on a weekly or a monthly basis, and you only have so many foundations and different face products from Colourpop. So I'm really excited about this. I definitely want to purchase it like the day it releases, and I normally don't get excited about like a tinted moisturizer, but just because it's Colourpop, I'm like more curious about the formula. It is very affordable as well, so I'm really interested in trying that out. And then also, I just want to mention something I am excited for is that Kylie Skin is now available at Ulta, which makes me very happy because the Kylie Skin moisturizer is one of my holy grail products. It's definitely going in my yearly favorites. That's like my holy grail primer. It's supposed to be a moisturizer, but I use it as a primer. I swear by it. It goes with every foundation. It makes my skin look so smooth and matte and like pore filling. I love that so much, so I will be repurchasing especially that product for sure in the future. I also really like their milky toner. I probably repurchase that product as well. I feel like ordering from Kylie can sometimes be a little bit annoying. There's always products sold out. You never know about customer service and stuff, so I love it when her products or other brands come into Ulta or Sephora. Alright, so let's actually get back to Colourpop, because Colourpop just released another eyeshadow palette, and this is the Lilac You A Lot palette. This is an all purple, kind of taupey and silver palette, and I actually love those shades. Anytime I wear color, it's always blue or always purple. I feel like those shades complement my complexion really nicely, and especially these shadows in here, because they're more of those like cool tone purple shades that I really like. Those metallic, almost like periwinkle colors, like purples that have like a silver reflect. Those look so pretty. So I'm definitely interested in this palette. It's already available for $12, so I'm not in a rush to purchase this, but I do see myself purchasing this down the line. And also Colourpop does have other purple themed palettes already, so I feel like they're just kind of like revising and tweaking a little bit here and there, because there's only so many color schemes they have left to do, because they've done like almost every color in the rainbow themed palette at this point. But these shades are really gorgeous. What also makes me not want to purchase this right now is that I just got the Colourpop So Jaded palette, and that has like a whole section of purple shades and similar purple shades to this. I feel like I can get similar looks with that palette for sure, and I just got that like a week ago, so Not in a rush for another Colourpop palette, but if it wasn't for So Jaded, I probably would have picked this up right away. All right, so next up, this collection basically came out of nowhere in the past week, and it sold out like the next day. So this is already sold out on the Too Faced website, but it's actually available on Madonna's website. It's a collab with Too Faced and Madonna, which I did not see coming at all, and it just sold out very quickly. And I was kind of debating getting it for a very particular reason, which I will share with you guys. So there are two collections from Too Faced and the Madonna collab, and each of them are $75. So first of all, it is very expensive, especially for what you're getting. Each collection has a 5-pan palette. It's a mixture of highlighters and eyeshadows. And then you get a mascara, a melted lipstick, and either a brow pencil or an eyeliner. So you are getting a lot of product, but honestly, I have a mascara, I have the melted lipsticks. I don't need another eyeliner from Too Faced. I would rather just be able to purchase the palette on its own for like $40. So that made me like not want to purchase this collection. I really wish that these were available just as individual palettes, because I totally would have bought one of them. And the reason is because one of them is the Medellin set. And Madonna released a song, I think earlier this summer or this spring, with Maluma, who I love. I literally saw him in concert last week. So obsessed with him. And the song is Medellin, which is a city in Colombia. It's a city that Maluma is from, and they sing and dance, and it's like in Spanish, and it made me so happy. And that's really the only reason why I would have purchased this palette at all, honestly. I'm a very simple person when it comes to like things in Spanish. I just buy it. Like when it comes to makeup and things in Spanish, I'm totally just gonna buy it because it just makes my heart so happy. And especially just seeing a city from the country that my whole family is from in an eyeshadow palette, like what are the odds of that? So I really wanted to get it just as a collector's item. But I didn't want to buy the whole collection for $75. So I really wish that the palettes were sold separately. Maybe they would release them separately in the future. And then the second set in this collection is the I Rise set, which is just the second palette, which has different shades. They're both very different palettes. But I was just happy that out of all of her songs, because all of the shades in both palettes are on Madonna songs, and I was just so happy that out of all of her songs, one of the collections was called Medellin, so that's why I wanted to purchase it. I've never even been to Medellin. I do have a cousin that lives there, but I've never been there. It is actually very far from where my family is from in Colombia, but I just thought it was so cool that Too Faced, like one of my favorite brands, would have a palette named out of a city from Colombia, so that is why I wanted to purchase it. I wasn't even interested in any of the shades. I solely wanted to purchase it for the word Medellin. All right, so next up, let's talk about the new Norvina 2 palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. They are releasing palettes like crazy this month. I just got the Jackie Aina palette. I'm wearing it today. I filmed this look in case you guys are curious. It'll be on my Instagram in the next couple days. But Jackie Aina palette, so freaking good. And like the next day, they dropped the Norvina 1 palette. It's been about a week, and now they're coming out with a Norvina 2 palette, and that releases on the 26th for $60. There's 25 shades, and it is super colorful. It is very different from any other Anastasia palette for sure, and lots of colorful matte shades, and that's what stops me from getting it, because I am all about some colorful metallic shades. And I pair them with my warm creases all the time. I will do a warm crease with a purple, with a blue, with a green, any day of the week. But I do not really do a lot of monochromatic looks like lime green in my crease or a navy blue in my crease. I don't really like looks like that on my complexion. I feel like it can look like really, really heavy. And I just don't like to spend too much time with my eyeshadow, honestly. So I don't like to make things too complicated, and I feel like this is not like a practical palette for me. I appreciate this palette, but it is not my color palette. I do love the theme of this palette. I don't think that it's overpriced at all. There's a ton of shades. I love the Anastasia formula. I would love a giant Anastasia palette, but this is not the one for me. And maybe I'll get the Norvina 1, but this one I'm definitely gonna pass on. I think if you love color, this palette is a dream. If I bought it, like I actually want this palette, honestly, because it is so pretty, but if I bought it, I'm gonna use it like twice a year, realistically. So obsessed with the concept of this. I hope she comes out with something a little bit more neutral, or maybe something that's like a blend of neutrals and pops of colors. and I will probably purchase that in the future, but I think it's just so crazy she's coming out with so many palettes so quickly. All right, so last I want to talk about the Natasha Genova Metropolis palette. This is $129 and this is available already at Sephora. Oh my god, this palette is stunning to me. This has every shade that I want in an eyeshadow palette. I love it. Like, I absolutely love all the colors in here. And this palette is so random, but this palette is so randomly me at the same time. It basically has all of the warm shades I love, some silver chrome shades, and some blues. That is basically everything I need in an eyeshadow palette. Like, those are all of the eyeshadow colors that I ever wear, and it makes me so happy, and it makes me really want this palette because I feel like I would use every single shade in here, and it is just so expensive. And I did buy the Natasha Genova gold palette last year for like $129, and I don't regret buying it, but I bought it with the intention of, this is my one expensive Natasha Genova palette that I will have for the rest of my life. I wasn't planning on ever buying another $129 palette. Oh, I love this so much. I was hoping so badly that this was a mini palette for like $69. Oh, because all these shades make me so happy. I love this so much. And honestly, I might end up getting this just because it's like the holiday season and I'll get it for myself for the holidays. Everything I purchase for the next like 2 to 3 months is gonna be just like a birthday present to myself because my birthday's in November, or a Christmas present to myself. I really want this palette, but I really hate spending $129 on an eyeshadow palette. So we'll see about this one because we also have another Sephora sale, I believe, coming up in November, which will be 20% off. So then I could get it for like $30 less, so basically $100 bucks. It's still super expensive. But honestly, I look at this and this might be like my favorite Natasha Genova palette ever. And it makes me so happy, but I hate how much it is, and I really wish it was a mini palette because I don't need those giant eyeshadow palettes. So let me know if you guys have purchased this palette. I really want to go in Sephora and just swatch it because sometimes that like satisfies my craving for an eyeshadow palette. It's just like swatching it in Sephora and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. I could leave it. I just wanted to like get a sense of it. I could leave it behind. I don't need it right away, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I really want to get this. And this is one of those palettes, like this is the first time in like a few months that I'm like, I need this eyeshadow palette. And I hate that it's like the most expensive brand, of course. All right guys, so those are all of my thoughts for some new makeup releases for September. Let me know if you purchased any of these products in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about them, or if you have any other new makeup releases in mind that you want to chat about in the comments. I'd love to know that as well. And if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.